takes an approach as a coach.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's a field back block, and that's
the guy that rolls his body around.
Mic Drop Sports. Steel City Live.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Mic Drop Sports. We appreciate you for joining us here ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Jacksonville Jaguars, 7 p.m. preseason game one. Big matchup. Which player should you be looking for? What players should you be really paying attention to, considering there will not be a ton of the big names out there that you are accustomed to hearing as a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers? And it's going to be pretty big, man. So we're going to dive into that. Hold on, guys. If you didn't have audio, sorry. Hold on. I am definitely clicking in here. All right. I think we'll be good. I plugged in the wrong thing there. Sorry about that. But I believe you probably heard me. What's up, my Floyd is Pink 79? Good to see you. Justin Meneke, good to see you. Make sure you guys put your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the live chat. I do apologize for not being live as often as I would like to be, but man, I've been pouring a lot into youth football, so that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. So kids come first, man, and we'll make time as the season moves forward, no doubt about it. We will get back into our regular groove, no doubt. But as this preseason's moving forward, the kids, the youth football, the coaching is of utmost importance. And that's what I've been doing as of late. But we still post, we still do stuff, we still do live shows every day. Well, not every day, but at least once a week, maybe twice a week. But we'll get back into the groove. But today is a special day because the Steelers embark on that first preseason game. And it is definitely something that you Steeler fans should be paying attention to because this is very important. What's up, Big JD? My Floyd is Pink saying, hey, I hope to see Jack Sawyer. You are going to see a heavy dose, in my opinion, of one number 33, Jack Sawyer. I believe you're going to see a heavy dose of Sawyer, and I think you're going to see DeMarvin Leal as the pair on the edges for the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of defense as the pass rushers. You're going to see a heavy dose of Sawyer, Leal out there. I think that those good two guys are going to get the lion's share of everything in terms of that. I believe, though, that Jack Sawyer will be somebody that you should really, really keep an eye out on. I'm actually pretty excited. When I saw him at training camp, I see the way he works. I see the way he interacts with the team. I see the way that he tries to soak up information. I got to say that I'm definitely really, really excited to see one Jack Sawyer. DeMarvin Leal, not so much. He really doesn't do it for me. He hasn't done it for me since he's been a Pittsburgh Steeler. You heard everything talked about last season. Oh, he's going super fast. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's in shorts at that time. People wanting to hype it up, looking for a story. Well, that story fell apart. He got the injury. But DeMarvin Leal's been a guy that has never had a home, a guy that can't figure out where he needs to be in terms of positionally. So I'm not impressed with DeMarvin Leal. Let's see, maybe tonight he proves me wrong. Maybe he comes out there and he does some really special things. That's big if he can. So I wish him nothing but the best. But so far, DeMarvin Leal hasn't been a guy that, has impressed me much. I would love to see him do really, really well. And the expectations I had for him coming into the organization, I thought that he could definitely do some things. And I thought that he maybe could be a versatile weapon for the Steelers defensively, but he hasn't been able to do that. He's had some injuries. He's had some, again, misfortune in trying to figure out a position. So it's just been tough for DeMarvin Leal, but that's where I believe you're going to see Jack Sawyer, DeMarvin Leal as the edge guys. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Wllo Black, and that is somebody that I really want you guys to pay attention to. Wllo Black, Jack Sawyer. Those are the two guys I want you guys as Steeler fans to pay attention to big time because I think that they could be real major contributors throughout the 2025 season. I'm not talking Jack Sawyer, a down in, down out type guy, but you never know. Injuries happen. God forbid. But Jack Sawyer is the guy that I think could come in and make some impact here and there. You know, come and catch a offense off guard and not expect him to do some of the things that hopefully he can do. And he did as an Ohio State Buckeye. So we'll see what happens there. But Jack Sawyer, Y.A. Black are my two main guys defensively that I believe you should watch here moving into tonight's ball game. Kenneth Jeffries, what's up, man? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. My Floyd is Pink 79. Do you know if Skylar Thompson will be playing? Very interested to see if he will make the practice squad. Obviously, I don't see him making the 53-man roster. No, he's not. My Floyd is Pink. He's a guy that's practice squad at best. Do I expect him to play tonight? Yeah, probably at the end. I expect you to see what's his name? The guy that they just got, and his name's eluding me. The guy that's the quarterback that's familiar with Arthur Smith, and I cannot think of his name. Shit. I'll think of it here. It'll pop into my head. Sometimes I brain fart, but I think you'll see a lot of him tonight, and probably some Skylar Thompson. Another one that game a day, baby. Absolutely. Dwight Holmes. He says, come on, Steelers. Amen, man. And I like that enthusiasm from Dwight because this is, he says it right. Come on, because this is where you start to lay the foundation. Yeah, preseason, you don't get a ton because why, guys? You'll probably get more out of joint practice with a team than you would getting a preseason game with a ball club. The preseason game, you're not running anything really. I mean, you're not trying to put a ton of shit out there on tape for the league to see. So scratch that. You're not getting a ton of quality reps. You're seeing a lot of people out there that'll be bagging groceries in a couple weeks, which there's nothing wrong with bagging groceries. That's an honest day's work. I'm not saying that there is, but they won't be in the NFL is what I'm saying. A lot of these guys won't be in the NFL. That's why you heard a lot of hype about the Shedeur Sanders performance last night. Great for the young man. I love it for him. It was awesome that he was able to do some of the things that he was able to do. But we have to keep some of these things in perspective. And the reason I use as an example is because, in Cleveland, they want to retire his jersey because he came out and threw a touchdown pass in his third preseason drive as a pro. They want to probably retire his jersey. His jersey will probably be hoisted in the rafters. And that's not a knock on Shedeur. That's a knock on the Cleveland fan base, the Cleveland organization, how shitty they are. That the preseason, they're always paper champions and preseason champions. The Browns are always great in the preseason, just so much in terms of expectations. But you got to put these things in perspective, my friends. This is preseason. You're not going to see a lot of things that are really going to wow you. Maybe wow you in terms of a good play from a young man or a veteran. But you're not going to see really things that are going to carry over a lot into the regular season. You're just not. They're not going to be running some of the things. The schemes just aren't going to be the same. It's going to be different, man. What they're doing now is running a lot of the same plays over and over again. That's what you'll see tonight. And I want to remind you guys of that. You will see tonight a lot of the same plays, a lot of the same formations ran over and over again. And that's both offensively and defensively. And why do you see those things? Because the coaching staff needs to do what? They need to evaluate players in the same, how do you put it, in the same type of environment, in the same setting. They need to be able to see a player run XYZ pass play on the offense. And they need to see that wide receiver run that play. And then the guy that's battling against them, they're going to need to see that guy that's battling against that player in that same formation, in that same play, to see exactly how he stacks up in terms of evaluation. So that's what good coaches do. They will run the same things over and over preseason wise, because it's not about winning or losing in the preseason. It's about player evaluations and which players you're going to want to contribute to your season in the regular part of the year, in the playoffs. That's what you're looking for. Guys, hey, are we going to put this guy and try to stash him away on the practice squad? Is this guy good enough that we can squeeze him in on the 53-man roster? Is there a way we can keep this player and hopefully nobody picks him up? Those are the things they're looking at tonight, and that's what they're going to be doing, man. Wllo, bang, bang, Steeler gang. What's up, man? My Florida's Pink 79. Chuck Clark is another we need to watch on D tonight. I think tonight will be a good chance to see who will replace Minka. Yeah, that's another player you could look at. In terms of players I want to watch, veteran guys, I've already seen them put tape out in the NFL. They're not going to do anything that doesn't surprise me in terms of what they've already put on tape in the NFL. So guys like Chuck Clark, guys that have come in that are veterans around the league, that have played elsewhere. I'm not ultra concerned with seeing them a ton. I already know what they can do. I've seen their tape inside of the National Football League. So I really don't care to see them in a preseason game in terms of what they can do. You know what I mean? That's just kind of what I'm looking at. I think what you're looking at in terms of real player evaluations and wanting to see what somebody can really do is these young guys, these guys that are rookies, these guys that may be a second year player that didn't get a lot of playing time, i.e., a Roman Wilson. Those types of players are what you're going to be looking for in terms of wanting to see that performance. Even if Chuck Clark goes out there and lays an egg today, that doesn't mean that he can't play in the National Football League. Do you catch my drift? Because he's already put a lot on tape. So that's what you really need to be looking at is the young players, the players that haven't got National Football League reps just yet, guys that you've not seen put tape out there in the National Football League. And that's what you have to pay attention to here tonight. Flyby, what's up? Do you guys think we need one more decent wide receiver? You always do. Here's my thing, guys. We always talk about, where they could add players or this receiver. We need to go grab this wide receiver or that wide receiver. I look at it this way. Anytime you can make your football team better, you do it. I don't care who it is. Anytime the opportunity arises that you can do it in an economical, responsible way in terms of the cap, you add that player. You do what you have to do. And if that even means sacrificing somebody else that you've already had on the club and moving on from them, so be it. That's what you do. Any chance you ever get in the NFL to make your team better, you simply do it. Do I think that they could, stand to get a wide receiver? Absolutely. Yes, no doubt. Because that would do what? Make their team better. But if they rolled into the season with the players that they got right now, I am not going to be flipping out. I think there's potential in a lot of players. And another player that I want you to watch tonight that I've been preaching about since the undrafted rookie free agent class was announced by the Pittsburgh Steelers, Rock Taylor. I told you guys then, I said that he was my favorite player, and I haven't budged off of that. I still think that undrafted free agent wise, he is my favorite player in that class and my favorite player to be able to make the roster, a guy that could actually contribute to this football team, a guy that could bump a veteran off the roster, like a Scotty Miller. I hate to say, maybe somebody that is a veteran like him could get out of there because I like that veteran presence. I like what veterans bring to the ball club. But when you could get a chance to get a young guy in there with fresh legs, that hasn't got to do much in the NFL yet, you want to see him, man, and you want to try to get him on your roster, and you want to see if he's electric and can get those things done. And I think tonight's a big night for Rock Taylor. Tonight he's going to be playing though with quarterbacks that not necessarily are going to be an Aaron Rodgers, a Mason Rudolph type level. He's not necessarily going to be playing with a lot of those people per se. So we'll see what goes on there. Derpy Entertainment, honestly, I don't know if I'm excited about this game. Will Howard is gone. Yeah, that was a big bummer for me. Derpy brings up a great point. Will Howard, man, going to miss probably all three of the preseason games here in 2025, and that was what I told you guys he needed. I said it over and over that Will Howard had to have these games. This was his audition for the future. It really was. He needed these games, and he needed them in a big, big way because in 2026, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to draft somebody else. And for Will Howard, this was his chance to execute and to maybe push them and sway them in a way that they would want to lean toward him in 2026 if Aaron Rodgers doesn't return, if Mason Rudolph doesn't return, depending on what the quarterback situation is. And it could go a million and one different ways, guys. And again, I told you the only way I could see Aaron Rodgers ever returning after this season is if the Steelers make it and they're like a play away in the AFC Championship game and they're that close. I could see him coming back maybe one more year and just trying to get there because he knows, what kind of football team that they have in place. But short of getting there or getting to a Super Bowl and winning, this is it for Aaron Rodgers. I think if he walks off with a Super Bowl win, that's definitely it. But you still would possess Mason Rudolph, still under contract for next season also. So you would still have that veteran presence there, that guy that could get the job done. So, this was a big night for Will Howard, and it was going to be a big 3 games for Will Howard because it was going to be the Will Howard show. You were going to see Will Howard basically for the majority of every single one of these games. I don't even know if you see Aaron Rodgers. I think you see him maybe a series or two in game 2, maybe. That'd be about it, but, we'll see. Flyby, much love, prayers, and thank you, Mike Drop Sports. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Kodak, catching this little late. How's everybody Saturday? How you been, Jay? I know you've been at the training camps. How has Sawyer and Caleb Johnson looked so far? Let's dive into that because Kodak brings up a good comment there. And let's piggyback off of that because Caleb Johnson, let's bring up. I gave you the guys that I really want you to pay attention to defensively. That is Wllo Black, a guy that has done a lot of great things. You talk about training camp. He's that guy, I'm telling you. You can believe me if you don't want to, fine, that's whatever. But Wllo Black is a guy that I think is going to contribute in 2025. So regardless, watch Wllo. Watch Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer, really a ball player, man, from what I saw. And I don't just evaluate your play on the field. I evaluate the way you walk around the sidelines, the way you interact with your teammates, the way that you carry yourself in terms of what you're looking at when things are going on. Are you standing there jacking around? Or are you paying attention? Or are you absorbing what's going on? Are you looking at what people are doing? I look at those things too, guys. I'm not just watching plays. I'm not doing that. I'm looking at different things, man, because I think there's a ton of different things that go into making a football player. And we'll talk about that further down in the show. You talk about Caleb Johnson. So let's talk about the offense. Which players should you be watching offensively? Caleb Johnson, number 1. Because why? He's the guy that could potentially be a really, really big piece to the offense in 2025. He is the heir apparent to Najee Harris, the guy that is filling those shoes, the guy that's coming in and taking that role. Yes, you still have Jalen Warren, but you will not see him here in preseason game 1 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, who is going to get the lion's share of the carries? Caleb Johnson is definitely going to get that initial, those initial reps. And that's a guy you really, really want to watch. Caleb Johnson's a guy. And there's a plethora of guys all throughout this roster in terms of running backs, in terms of skill position players. There's guys all over the place. J.J. Gilbright's a guy that I would really look out for because I think his name keeps coming up. There's tons of guys, man, and I really want those. These are the guys that I think you really should watch: Caleb Johnson, J.J. Gilbright, Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson's got to do something. So Roman Wilson's a guy that I want you to watch. Rock Taylor, I think, is the biggest guy, in my opinion, in terms of undrafted rookie free agents that I really, really liked, and I really think he has a great chance to make this ball club. And beyond that, I think you need to start to see just how crisp the offense as a whole. I'm not talking about this first team offense, but how crisp this offense is in a broad picture. How are these reps being executed? Are they fast? Do they seem like they're knowledgeable? Those types of things. Things that just make you think they're making progress at camp. That's just what I kind of look at. I kind of just want to see, hey, are these reps being run, these routes being, are they crisp? And I know they're going to be ran over and over and over, these certain plays over and over, because like we talked about earlier, you have to match up apples and oranges, man. You have to match it up. You have to see the same player in that battle, that position group battle, doing the same things as you did the other guy. But I want to see, how are they executing these things? Are the pass patterns they're running, are they doing what they're designed to do? Are they dragging linebackers out of the pass lane? Are they doing the things that are necessary in order for an offense in general to just be successful? So that's something I think you should watch out for too. But those players that I mentioned, offensive linemen, anybody there, watch out for everybody there because the depth is so needed. You want to look at all those offensive linemen because you want to see if the Steelers are going to have the opportunity to be able to really build some depth at that offensive line position. They've brought in some players, they've brought in some Pro Bowl type players. So you got to really, really see how these offensive linemen start to stack up and how that depth's going to start to play out. But there's a lot of interesting things. And don't worry about a win or loss in the preseason. We've seen Kenny Pickett win every game in the preseason and suck monkey ass in a regular year and not be able to throw a touchdown, but score on every drive in the preseason. Let that be a lesson to you of what you need to be looking at. It's not about wins and losses. It's about execution. It's about comparing players and position groups and those battles for those late roster spots, those last roster spots. A lot of this roster, you can just say what it's going to be. You can pick it out, but there's that handful of players that are going to be vying for position, that chance to become a Pittsburgh Steeler, that chance to wear the black and gold in 2025. What's up, sleeping lady? Let me get a drink, guys. No, you're not going to see Will Howard. I'm not sure if you see much of Calvin Austin even. I know you'll see Roman Wilson, Kodak. Yeah, the cornerback room's all right, Flyboy. I like it. He's out for all the preseason games. We know that. 3 weeks. Broke his hand, Kodak. He broke his hand. Sleeping lady, where you at? Can't wait to see Caleb Johnson, Roman Wilson, Jack Sawyer, Wyatt Black, Rock Taylor, Sebastian Castro. That's another good one, sleeping lady, to bring up. I haven't been hearing his name a ton at camp, though, but we'll see. I was playing Madden 26, and I'm so excited about our defense. Man, my son just asked me for it. He just asked me to buy that. Is it $100? Because that's bullshit if it is. uh, yeah, definitely. Robert Tamburo. Hey, Jason, Will Howard could be healed up before preseason ends, but if not, we should go Skylar Thompson, the third string quarterback, right? I mean, that's probably what they'll do. You might see Aaron a little bit for a series or two in game two. You might see Mason a little bit, no doubt. But I don't. Will Howard's out for the preseason. I don't see him coming back. If he does, that's going to be awesome, because he does need those reps, Robert. He has to have them. This was so pivotal for him, man. And that's a bummer, though. You want these young guys never to get injured here, these rookies and training camp. You never want to see anybody get injured for that matter, but these young guys especially, because this is their chance to really come out there and do something special, to make an impression on that coaching staff. Yeah, he is a born winner. Craig Wllo, yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing Howard. Really sucks don't get to find out about him, not only for this year, but for next year. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, man. That is the biggest thing, Craig. Next year, the future, because you wanted to see what Will Howard was able to do. Yeah, me too, Craig, about the offensive line. But Will Howard, like I said, guys, when we were talking about when they drafted Will Howard, and we were talking about if they were able to hit the lottery, per se, with Will Howard, and he was going to show them signs that he was able to do that, do the job, and be the guy moving forward. How exciting would that be for the Pittsburgh Steelers that possess so much draft capital in 2026? High value draft capital. How exciting would that have been as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan to know that there was potentially a franchise quarterback in place for the future, and that all that draft capital that's available for them and at their disposal to use in 2026, to where they could have added so many young, exciting players. They could have really did a real roster flip and really take guys that were aging out and really transition those guys out and off the team, and got really, really young with a franchise quarterback in place, not to mention being young, but real high value guys that the potential was really high. That could have been really exciting, to see the massive transition, the massive flop of Steelers football, and really bringing into that next era of Steelers football. That would have been really, really cool to see. Will Howard's not ever gonna be the regular quarterback one, so let's all quit our stupid fantasies. But he does seem like he could stick around a couple years as a quarterback three. You've never seen him play. Did you get to see him live in training camp, Robert? I did, and I gotta say, I think he can be a number one quarterback in this league. And I think the Steelers brass know that too. I think that they believe it, but they want to be able to see it here in the preseason games. I'm sorry, I totally disagree. I think that's a dumb comment to say stupid fantasy, because I don't think it's a stupid fantasy. Just because where he was drafted in round 6 doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care where people were drafted. What I care about is what you do on the football field. And when I saw Will Howard out there taking reps, he's a leader, number one. The arm strength is there. I'm fine with it. Is it the biggest cannon in the world? No. Is it a Josh Allen? No. But is it accurate? Yeah, I like it. Can he throw the football? Yeah, I like it. Can he run when he needs to? Yeah, he can. And he's seems like a leader. He seems like the team definitely is okay with him, man. They definitely seem to rally around a guy like him. The day I was there in 7 shots, I believe he was the only one to score a touchdown during 7 shots. And that, I mean, it is what it is. I don't put a ton of stock into things, but when I look at his footwork, I thought his footwork was nice. When I saw him get out of the pocket, I thought that looked nice. When I saw him make throws on the run, I thought that looked nice. When I saw him making throws in drills, I thought that looked good. I seen him make one nice throw across the middle of the field, about 27, 28 yards down the middle of the field, on the left hash. And I mean, he ripped it in there. So I know he can make those difficult type window throws. I watched him do it. So I don't think it's a fantasy. I think it's definite reality. Am I saying it's a for sure thing? No, but I'm saying the potential is there. And for Will Howard to be discounted, a national champion, a guy that played for one of the premier programs in this country, in terms of college football. I don't know how he's so easily discounted. I don't get that. We want to hype up all these other guys that end up being garbage, and everybody acts like they know what they're fucking talking about, and they prop these people up, and want to act like they're just great. It's just ridiculous. Going after the quarterback position is the hardest thing to evaluate. It's very, very difficult. And I'll say that, no doubt about it. It's hard to hit on one. But I think Will Howard has some of the intangibles that he could definitely do it. Yeah, I like Wllo Black too. Aussie's Tank 69. Well, one thing about it, we're going to see what the second and third stringers got tonight because no starters are playing. That's exactly it, Aussie. That's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for those guys that can make that last handful of roster spots, and you're looking at the rookie class that is probably going to be on the football team, and you want to see how they are able to handle things. Craig Wllo, I still can't believe the venom that is being said about Cam from fans. I've seen where they called him a piece of shit. It's embarrassing. Who are you talking about? Cam who? Cam Hayward? Why would they be calling Cam Hayward a piece of shit? That's bad. I like Cam Hayward. I think he's great. Let's be honest, even at 34 years old, Darius Slay is better than Joey Porter Jr., so is Jalen Ramsey. So Slay and Ramsey should be the starting outside cornerbacks, and Porter. Robert, you just talk to hear yourself talk sometime, buddy. Joey Porter Jr. is a premier talent. He's given up 1 touchdown in 33 games. I'm not sure who you're watching or what you're watching, or if you're just talking out your ass to talk out your ass. You know what I mean, brother? I appreciate your comments, but sometimes you just say some shit. that don't make no sense. Let's face the facts. Joey Porter Jr. is no good. That doesn't make sense. A guy that's given up one touchdown in the National Football League in 33 games. Make it make sense. Has he had his penalty issues? Absolutely. But he's a physical young player learning how to play in the National Football League. He's had some timely plays and big moments. And again, this is a very short sample size in terms of his career. I expect him to have a very long career. And he's long, he's lengthy, he's fast. He does it all, man. And he really worked on his tackling here, and I think he tackles far better than what he has been in the past. And I saw that evidence to that in training camp so far. Duck Plucker, hey guys, relax. Will is week to week, according to Mike Tomlin. He will be fine. He always is going to be third. Yeah, he's definitely going to be third now, no doubt about it. But you want to see him. These games, Duck Plucker, are very important. And I don't know where you guys are getting the week to week thing. Everything that I've seen, and I work in the medical field, so I'm not sure if my opinion matters much, but I've seen lots of things. And when you break your hand, it's not going to heal in 2 weeks. It's just not. Uh, Maybe 3. Maybe he'll be able to tough it out, but we'll see. Maybe he'll tough it out to be able to play in the last preseason game just so he can get some reps. But guys, the football in the National Football League is a big ass ball. If your hand is broke, gripping that football, taking snaps under center is very difficult. Just to let you know. You want guys to push through it. You want them to be gladiators, but we have to be realistic too. And we'll see. I don't know about week to week because when you break your hand, it's not going to heal in 2 weeks magically. It's just not. Unless it's some ultra thin, small hairline type thing. Maybe, but it takes bones a little bit longer to heal. It's $70, but if you get all exclusive stuff, it's for $100. Okay, I'll buy him the 70. He's trying to hose me, Kodak, for that $100 joint. He's trying to get that exclusive shit. Well, Daddy ain't doing it. Thank you, Noble Bricks. Appreciate you, man. Guys, Madden 26 is out, so that's what we were talking about. My kid asked me for it before I come upstairs. I told him not tonight. I was like, Steelers are on, and I ain't buying it. I ain't going nowhere to buy it. I know he could buy it on the machine, but you know what? Some of these kids got to learn, especially mine. You don't always get what you want exactly when you want it. You need to wait a little bit, and yeah, sometimes I need to be better with that. Brett Favre had broken thumb. Will Howard got a broken pinky. Ozzy, my thumb. I don't know if you guys can see, but my thumb. Look at my hand. See my hand? How it's bent weird. See? Look at my hand. So I've broken my thumb twice, and it has pins inside it. So you can see the scar maybe right there, and then I have a scar on the outside that you can see. But I've broken it twice. They call it a skier's thumb, a gamer's thumb even. But I broke it once in the Air Force playing football. I broke it. And then I broke it playing basketball when I worked for the fire department, jacking around. So I broke it there, but it has 2 pins in it. And I got to tell you this, any injuries to your hands, when you break your hands, I got to tell you, I've broken lots of fingers. I've had lots of dislocated fingers that weren't broke. They're very uncomfortable, very hard to push through. And when you break a bone, guys, I don't care if it's your pinky, your thumb, whatever. It's gonna hurt. And to grip a football and to be able to throw the football accurately with pain like that, it's not easy. That's what I said, man. I broke my thumb many times, and it still sucks. Like I can't even move it. Like I said, guys, look how odd that is. Ain't that weird? How different it is. Duck Plucker, if Howard's injured and Skylar Thompson looks good in preseason games, equals Skylar will have earned quarterback 3 role, and that should be on. No, bro. Skylar Thompson is not going to beat out Will Howard here, dude. They drafted Will Howard for a reason. They want to see what this guy got. I'm just telling you. Quit Quit trying to bury Will Howard before the guy even gets an opportunity. That's not fair to do to any player. You got to give him some sort of opportunity before you bury him into the dirt. What's up, Leroy Jenkins? We're doing good, man. How Yin's doing? Let's keep going. Duck Plucker, come on, Chris. There is a potential there. Steelers will draft a wide receiver number 1 overall next year or a tackle, unfortunately. The main concern is offensive line. I think they move up to get a quarterback if they can't figure it out. That's what I do, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for any position, Duck Plucker. So that's in 2026. But all the time, guys, I want to remind you of this when you're looking at a pro football team. Um, Needs are always changing. Things are always evolving. What you need as a football team is constantly changing and evolving week to week. And those circumstances, those situations will all change by the time 2026 comes around. You're going to have a player stand out in certain areas that maybe you didn't expect. And now all of a sudden you don't believe that's a positional need. And all of a sudden, the new flavor of their month will be a different position. You can't overreact to anything right now. You can't overlook this season right now. You can't speculate what they're going to do in 2026 because you haven't seen 2025 play out. You haven't seen what's going to transpire to where it's going to make their needs different as a football team. The priorities become different as the season progresses, as injuries occur, as players maybe don't pan out the way that you would hope them to. Things start to happen. That's all the things you got to be looking for, and fans get too far ahead of themselves. So we got to slow down, guys. Slow down. Enjoy 2025. Quit worrying about the draft in 2026. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, guys. And Jason's here. I'm your friend, boys and girls. I'm your friend, or men and women. I'm your friend. I ain't here to dog anybody. I ain't here to put anybody down or discount your opinions. I'm here to preach some truth and whisper in your ear sometimes. Slow down and enjoy the moment and not look forward to the 2026 season when you've not even seen 2025 happen. Craig Wllo, I agree with you. Doesn't matter where you get drafted. If you can play, you can play. Hell, Sanders looked good last night. You never know. Yeah, and again, I don't want you guys to overplay anything, man, tonight. Guys may stand out. Let's just say, for instance, Rock Taylor comes out there tonight and lights it on fire. Yeah, great, but you're playing against very poor competition compared to what you're going to play in the regular season. And we need to take that into perspective. And I maybe it propels him into making the team, but I think they got to look deeper into just the numbers, man. How did he run his routes? Were they crisp? How did he block in the run game? Was he effective in that way? How did he work out when he didn't get the ball in the pass game? Was he able to utilize his routes to take his defender out of the play? There are a lot of things that fans don't look at that need to be looked at. Variables that are super important when you're a coach of a football team. And a lot of coaches get blinded by it too. They only see the numbers, the touchdowns, and this or that. They don't look at all the little intangibles sometimes, and that'll get you in trouble, man. You have to see everything, man. You have to see the big picture. And that's what I want, and that's what I challenge you guys to look at here tonight in the Steelers preseason game. So we will do a live show either tonight after the game, or we'll do a live show tomorrow. So my challenge is to everybody that's in the chat, and if I don't get to your chat comment, question, or concern, I will try to get to them, but come back tomorrow and get it back in the chat a little bit earlier. I just kind of go down the list, and I don't jump around usually too much. I will here toward the end of the show jump around a little bit, but just so you know, I'll try my best to get to them. But I challenge you guys tonight to look at the little things. I want you to look at things that you may necessarily have never looked at before. How did they block in the run game? How were they in the pass game? Did they do their job even when they didn't get the football? Those are the things you're looking at, man. And I caution you guys to not overlook a lot of those things because it'll give you a better insight as a fan as to which players possibly could make the roster. When you hear about these, oh, it was a shocker that this guy made the roster. Sometimes it's really not. Maybe to the masses it is because you're not looking at some of the little things that maybe some other people are. Uh, and to maybe the other people that are really watching all the fine details, that player making the roster might not be as big of a shock. You know what I mean? I'm not saying me I'm just saying in general. All right, Robert. What negative shit you got to say here? Will Howard is immensely likable guy as his family, and I'm rooting for him. And my mom thinks he'll be the future quarterback one guy, but I don't think he has the physical skills to be a legit NFL quarterback nowadays. All right. Well, I congratulate you, Robert, on this comment because most of it was good. Most of it was really good. So I'll give you credit on that one, bro. But yeah, we went on family day, to camp, the last day we went and, Will Howard's mom was there. She actually talked to people. That's more than I could say about any of the players. Most of the players ignored the kids, laughed at them when they asked for autographs, were really shitty. And I hope the Steelers organization hears this. Because I was ultra disappointed. My kid, I buy him a $40 autograph football for him to get one name from somebody that I ain't never heard of. And, that's not good enough. I'm sorry. And adults shouldn't get autographs. Nobody should get autographs as adults at training camp. That's a kid's thing. They need to make a special section where the kids can go. They're safe. They can interact with the players, and the players could grow a set of nuts and act like a man and go over there and really give the youth something special to remember. Go over, talk to them, sign their footballs, shake their hands, take a picture with them. Those kids worship the ground those men walk on. And they take that for granted. And the money sometimes changes some of these people. And it's bad, 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 bad. The only person that I saw sign a lot was Aaron Rodgers, and I got to commend him. Usually it's not been that way, but the Steelers organization and the players, as of the last couple years, have went away from being real fan oriented, in my opinion, in terms of giving the fans some autographs and some interaction with the players. It wasn't like that years ago. When I was a kid or younger adult, even, you could get on both sides. Instead, they blocked off a whole side that you could stand so the media could set up tents under a tree so they're in the shade. Go move your pop up tent down on the field, jackass. You know who else signed? That I got to give props, and I'm going to give him props right here. Ian Rappaport. Props to you, my friend. He saw every player ignoring all those kids screaming. Well, some stupid ass adults too, but saw every kid that was being ignored. He saw it, and he came from the NFL Network booth, little pop up tent, and he came and signed for kids. That was a class act. So Ian Rappaport, class act, dude. I appreciate you there. But to laugh at kids, to make a mockery of them screaming at you and worshiping the ground you walk on is absolutely freaking disgusting. And I don't care who clips this, whatever. You can clip it and send it to whoever you want. What they did that day was absolutely disgusting. Again, I'm an adult. I don't care if you sign it. I don't even want to wear somebody's name on my back. Really, honestly, I don't. I don't want to. I like the jerseys and shit. It's cool. I'll wear them sometimes. But yeah, wearing another man's name on my back isn't my number one priority, nor getting another man's signature is my number one priority. The kids, however, it means a lot to them, man, and they need to remember that. Devin, looking forward to the preseason. Unfortunate Big Willie, is out, but gives us another opportunity to see the depth of the team. Absolutely, man. Good to see you, Devin. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I put my camera on a different little thing tonight, and it keeps sliding. I won't put it back on this thing. Extra Black in house. What's up, man? I really want to see Rock Taylor get some passes. Broderick Jones perform like a true starter. The young D lineman perform. Caleb Johnson. Absolutely. Extra Black sums it up actually really good, man. Absolutely. That's perfect. That's exactly what you are looking for if you're a Steeler fan. Exactly what Extra Black said. You want to see some of the stuff from Rock Taylor. You want to see the offensive line come together. You want to see these young D linemen. You want to see Caleb Johnson be able to take some big runs and rip off some big runs and be very powerful in his running. Not just powerful, but precise and crisp with his cuts, with his movements. You don't want to see him trying to hurdle people and shit like you saw Najee Harris do. You don't want to see some of the things that you've seen over the years in terms of that. You want to see a straight downhill runner that's going to square his shoulders to the line of scrimmage, understand that once you burst through, get to that second level, you can roll and get to where you need to be as a running back. All right, guys, let's keep going. We've been going for about 45 minutes. All right, guys, I'm going to go get ready. If I miss your comment again, I'm sorry, but I am going to prepare and watch. My kids want to watch the game with me, and my wife had to go get my other son, my oldest son, from the gym. I had football weigh-ins with my youngest son today. So, we did all that, and I got to congratulate my youngest son's doing really good in youth football right now. He is working hard and working out every day, so I'm proud of him for doing that. But that's what we've been doing. We've been wrapped up into that, so we gotta keep working at that and keep pushing forward. But again, guys, we're gonna wrap up, and we may be back tonight. We'll see. We'll see how the game goes. I'll see what time it is. Just pay attention. Turn your notification bell on. Join us for another great conversation. As always, a nice laid back place where we can talk, chill, give our opinions, razz each other a little bit, talk a little shit. And then, this is the place to be for that. So, yeah, we'll see. If not, definitely tomorrow we're going to do a live because I'm definitely going to do them on Saturdays and Sundays right now because of youth football is Monday through Friday. But our first game comes up. I think it's the 17th, and I believe that's a Sunday. So, yeah, that'll be our first game. My little 10-year-olds from last year are making a name for themselves on the we moved up a level. So we were coaching kids that were under 10 last year, and they did phenomenal. And now my 10-year-old group moved up with us, and I moved up with my son in divisions coaching. And I got to say, my 10-year-olds, boy, they're nasty now. They're nasty. Watch out for my 10-year-olds. They ain't no joke. But anyway, till tonight or tomorrow, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. We appreciate you guys for joining us each and every time we go live, man. So thank you. So until later, my friends, and go Steelers. Here we go.
Power takes an approach as a coach.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's a field back block, and that's